Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dunwich Draft and Die, where stuff is about to get real. We are playing Undimensioned and Unseen using Rex and Cho. Both characters have accumulated one trauma, but have otherwise been just destroying the Dunwich. We have been doing a really, really good job, and hopefully, we're going to continue that extreme success as we attempt to fight off minions of Yog-Sothoth rampaging about Dunwich. So without further ado, the decks are built. Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead and get right into the scenario. I suppose we are supposed to draw our cards first, so might as well do that. We got Dr. Milan Christopher, Unexpected Courage, Magnifying Glass, Wit and Green. Ooh, there's a good collection of cards, actually. I have to decide between Wit and Green and Dr. Milan right now. I can't actually remember what is in Rex's deck that is going to be like, we can do a search because we do have to shuffle after we pick, so let me think here. So what is in Rex's deck that's specific for Wit and Green? I know we upgraded for her so that we could get, oh, the Necronomicon. Right, that makes sense. So that would give us a lot of extra books and could be potentially very, very powerful. We actually can play both of these, I'm realizing, because Milan Christopher can help us set up Wit and Green. So as far as this thing goes, I think we're actually pretty happy with this hand. Definitely want to keep the Magnifying Glass. The Unexpected Courage is nice, as is the Manual Dexterity. I think the Manual Dexterity is probably... I think both of these are probably cards we want to throw back to try and set up assets early, but having skills early can be nice. Okay, Elder Sign Amulet and Painkillers, so we have Horror Soak, and we have the ability to take Horror to heal damage, so looks like just a ton of really, really good things for Rex to start. Feeling pretty good about that. All right, changing color to Nathaniel. We're gonna draw 5 cards. Boxing Gloves level 2, that's all we need, really. And Greet Wagner, great card. Overpower, Safeguard, get over here. This seems like kind of a perfect hand. I don't think I want to do anything with this. Yeah, no, that seems fine. Okay. Okay, we found a copy of Powder of Benghazi and put it into play, as you are supposed to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? Okay, Scenario 5, Undimensioned and Unseen. Your search of the village of Dunwich has uncovered a number of documents, journal entries, and esoteric theories. Reading through these materials leaves you exhausted and emotionally drained. Most of the content was written by a single source, a man named Seth Bishop. When you ask around town, you learn that Seth is a citizen of Dunwich. Along with several others, Seth had witnessed firsthand the devastation wrought by the events of the Dunwich Horror, as Armitage has dubbed the incident. Curiously, since that time, very few people have seen Seth around town. Those who did claimed his eyes had been bloodshot, his face sweaty and pale. You don't doubt that somebody who had seen what Seth had seen would appear nervous or paranoid, but the more you read of his frantic and unhinged writings, the more you believe he is involved in recent events. His writings claim of having gathered the remains, and of using arcane methods to imbue the Father's essence into other creatures, and eventually into other people. The explanations and diagrams that follow are unfathomably complex and defy understanding. Before you are able to find Seth and confront him, several men and women from the village approach you in a panic. "It's back!" one of them wails. You recognize him as Curtis Whately of the Undecayed Branch. "Whatever it was that killed them fries, it's back! Up and smashed the bishop's home like it were made of paper." Curtis and the other townsfolk are clamoring amongst themselves, raising their voices in a panic. The investigators must decide. You try to calm down the townsfolk in order to learn more, or you try to warn the townsfolk and convince them to evacuate. Tricky one. I think we are protectors, so we will probably go with the warn the townsfolk. You warn the townsfolk they are in grave danger and urge them to flee Dunwich while they can. Several of them immediately heed your advice, remembering the terrible monstrosity that had previously endangered the town. Curtis drops to his knees in despair, sweating feverishly. "It's that thing again, ain't it? It's come back for us," Curtis stutters. "I hope you've got some of that powder the old professor had last time. We couldn't even see the dang thing until he sprayed it. To this day, I wish I hadn't seen it at all. Something must be done to stop the monster's rampage, but if the documents you found are true, there may be more than one such creature on the loose." According to your campaign log, you warn the townsfolk, and then continue to set up. Alright, so our setup. Get all the cards, remove the locations. There's a little setup button that does this. Beep. Amazing. There's also supposedly something to move the broods around, which I think is very, very good. Okay. So put one of the two versions of the following locations into play at random. Check the number of names recorded under Sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth in their campaign log. There are 4 more names listed. Set 2 copies of Brood of Yog-Sothoth aside out of play. Then remove the final 3 copies of Brood of Yog-Sothoth out from the game. So we have exactly one name. So we put one copy into play in Cold Spring Glen, one into Blasted Heath, and the final 3 are set aside out of play. Interesting. The more that are set aside out of play, the more copies of Brood of Yog-Sothoth are also removed from the game. I actually thought it was the other way around. But that should be fine. Now we put one in Blasted Heath and one in Cold Spring Glen. Cold Spring Glen. And Blasted Heath. And I believe in the Return to Dunwich we have special broods. Is that correct? Okay, 6, 1, and 3. Gets +1 health and cannot... +1 per investigator health and can't be damaged or... Okay, so it's just huge. And if it enters your location, you test 3 will, and if you fail, take a horror. Ooh, that's horrible. An amorphous terror. Alright, what do we got here? This one's just a regular one. It's Thrashing Spawn, but it has 7 fight, notably, which is a pretty significant amount. Both are massive, have... Oh, this one does not have Retaliate. What? It's got massive, comma. Oh, wait, no, it just says period. It's just like a... kind of a messy... Alright, cool. Alright, that's fine. The other 3 are set aside and are fine, so we're good. Each copy of esoteric formula is outside how to play. Powder Hib and Gazi searches their deck for it. Each investigator searches the collection for random basic madness, injury, or pact weaknesses and adds it to his or her deck for the remainder of the campaign. I assume that didn't happen automatically in setup. That would be interesting, though. Reckless is a flaw, and Rex's Curse is a weakness, so we have to find all the madnesses, injuries, and pacts. That's gonna be exciting? Yeah, this will take a second, most likely, so we'll just go ahead and see if we can get that going. All right, I think the best way to do this actually would be to place them, take all of them, shuffle the deck, and then just deal until we get a madness, injury, or pact. So, is this a madness? Nope. Is this madness? Yes. Put panic into play in your threat area. Panic can be healed if there a single point of horror on you. After you take a play, engage, or resource action, you can't take any of those types of actions for the remainder of the turn. Okay, so healable horror, but you have to, like... Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then Nathaniel. That is a madness as well. Secretly add this card to your hand. You have to evade a monster twice. Ooh. Also pretty gross. And if you fail, you lose experience, which we certainly don't want to do, but won't be an issue in the last round at least, which is very good. It's also nice for like draft and die purposes because we can actually like, yeah, work to survive at these types of things. Okay, I think we're good. From here we go to the investigator phase, I believe. We've got the madnesses and pacts. Encounter deck is built. Powder Hib and Gabi is built. Remember to shuffle the encounter deck and probably the token bag, although I don't think that matters. Those decks are shuffled, so everything's good there. We've got the powder, which I believe puts clues on these things. Okay, and we have a random location, which I don't really know how this move broods thing is going to work. I'm going to try it once and see what happens. Move brood once towards Whately Ruins. Move brood once towards... Okay, so it tells me where to go. Good, that's great. That's really solid. I like that. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, so from there we can just go ahead and do things, correct? I believe at the end of every phase we do the move broods thing, which is going to be enemy phase. Cool. That's the end of the enemy phase. Okay, so rampaging creatures. Reports of terrifying entities wreaking havoc across the countryside have caused the citizens of Dunwich to panic. Worse, the creatures appear to be invisible to the naked eye. The monsters tearing through Dunwich are immune to traditional weapons. Only by reciting a particular incantation can the creatures be defeated. First, you must search the ruins of Wilbur Whately's home in order to find the final sections of the otherworldly script. Okay, so we need 4 clues, and we need to go to the Whately ruins, and once we get there, we can advance. So, fun times. Investigators begin play, assumably at Dunwich Village. Yeah, that should be correct. Locations, yep, Dunwich Village, cool. So, grab a Rex card and a Nathaniel card, put them both at Dunwich. It's always a relief to get clear of the place and to follow the narrow road along the base of the hills and across the level country beyond until it rejoins the Aylesbury Pike. Afterwards, one sometimes learns that one has been through Dunwich. Resign, you hide from the creatures. You can borrow some hounds to put your clues on abomination enemies in play, which may end up being useful even before they are done. So our act basically says, yep, just go do things. I believe the objective will be to kill as many of these things as possible, or at least drive them off. Obviously, they're very scary, and this one in particular could be particularly dangerous. But this one will move randomly, and if we go to the Whately Ruins early, then we might not be in too much trouble. Notably, the Dunwich Village only has one clue. It's a 3, and it's got one clue on it, so that's a little bit awkward. I think I'd be okay with investigating this. I think we probably just play... So let's start with Milan Christopher. Hi. Play a Magnifying Glass, easy. That's fast. So action 1 was Milan Christopher. Magnifying Glass is fast, and it's the fast Magnifying Glass, so we don't need to spend a resource. Cool. Okay, so that's action 1. We can now investigate at 6, basically. So, 6 against 3 is pretty good. I could also throw something at it if I wanted to. I think we just want to do it, though. So 6 against 3. -4 does not succeed. And let's try again. Skill is a -2 for each... Oh, it's a -4. Okay, so -4 is really what we should be aiming for. And I'm probably bad for not recognizing that, but good to know. Nathaniel, boxing gloves, for sure. Well, actually, maybe we want Greet Wagner here because we need clues, right? Boxing gloves are going to help us with a lot of things, though. I didn't get resources. That would have been a good idea. Yeah. All right. Well, we messed that up, I think. But I could do Greet Wagner and then just gain 2 resources for boxing gloves and safeguard. Ugh, bad early turn. I really should have thought about this before I did it. But sure, gain 2 resources. That's my turn. Enemy phase. Nothing happens, and then the broods move. This one moves towards Whately Ruins. And this one moves towards Cold Spring Glen. Nice. Okay, cool. Interesting. They moved the same as they did before. I wonder if it's not random. Do it a couple times. No, it's definitely random. It's just feels not random because they're hitting the same locations pretty consistently, I would say. Interesting. All right, well, that's fine. Regardless, unpair them, and we're good. So, okay. Upkeep, resource, and a card. Running the Midnight Oil. Upkeep, resource, and a card. Get over here. Okay, so not a bad setup there. That'll give us some resources and other things that we might need. I still need to figure out how to get like an extra book, which would be very nice. Oh, Burning the Midnight Oil will get us there, so that's fine. Okay, Mythos phase. The Doom goes to 1, and each character draws encounter cards, starting with our lead, which I believe is Nathaniel. Need for knowledge. If you have no clues, it gets search. Lupine Thrall spawns at the furthest location from you, has Prey of the lowest speed, and Hunter Retaliate. Okay. This is... they're both equal. All things being equal, I think I wanted at Whately Ruins, although that does block some things from happening. 4 and 3. Get over here can grab it, and then we can just punch it, notably. Oh, Nathaniel. You need to actually spend the resources for Greet. Hi. So I could go boxing gloves, gain a resource, get over here. No, that's not that great. I could go get over here, overpower, and just kill it that way. That's kind of good. And then Greet Wagner can give me extra bonuses to that, which would get the clue. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so Rex. Sorry. Towering Beasts. Attached to a brood in play. Enemies at your location, you take a damage. It gets +1 fight and +1 health. This is interesting. I feel like this one's the more dangerous one. We're gonna just like attach a bunch of clues to it. Although I think this one's probably the more annoying one because it gives us horror constantly. So like we probably should have We definitely attach it, I think, to this one. Just make it bigger, and then we'll kill it with a bunch of clues from Powder Hib and Ghazi. We do have to exhaust them, which is going to be like a dodge test. That's very interesting. Okay, investigation phase. Rex, burning the midnight oil, investigates 6 against 3. I really don't like doing that, but here we go. -5. Okay, that didn't succeed, but we gained 2 resources. Oh, wait. Oh, I was supposed to do this in the opposite order. Yeah, alright. Well, dang. Witten Green. Notably, this is fine, because we get to, like, look for tomes now, which is nice. Investigate 7 against. Oh, no, it's still 6 against 3. One more time. Rex just not getting clues today. This is actually very uncharacteristic of him. Okay, Nathaniel. Boxing close, get over here. Yeah, no, we gotta do it this way. Get over here. Lupine Thrall gets over here. We punch it. 6 against 4. Oh. 6 against 4 is a lot, and that thing has Retaliate. I think I will actually instead play Boxing Gloves. And I'll gain a resource. And gain another resource, I guess. This is just awkward. Okay. Lupine Thrall moves to 10-acre meadow. Everything is bad. Okay, so enemy phase, Lupine Thrall moves to 10-acre meadow, and then we move the broods. This one goes to 10-acre meadow. This one goes to Waitley Ruins. We are not making a lot of progress here. This has actually gone very badly so far. Upkeep, resource and a card. And no dexterity, that's going to be useful, I assume. Clean them out, that's also probably going to be useful. These things make attack of opportunity. Massive units do, yeah. So we'll have to like go to Cold Spring Glen or go to Blasted Heath to get to the Waitley Ruins, so it's going to be a whole thing. Okay, regardless, we can kind of ignore the Lupine Thrall for a while if we want to, but there are a lot of possibilities here. Okay, in any case, that 2's on the Boxing Gloves. That was upkeep, so Mythos phase. The Doom goes to 2. Encounters are dealt. Violent commands. You can deal 2 damage to investigator location to discard violent commands. At the end of your turn, test 3 will. If you fail, take a horror. Okay, so kind of an annoying one. Probably will be something that we deal damage to Nathaniel for. We'll see. Unhallowed Country. Can't play ally assets. Your current allies are blank. They have blank printed text boxes, which means we suck at investigating for a bit. But once we test will, we will succeed in discarding it. So that's 5 will tests. We might actually discard painkillers to this. This is gonna be exciting. Yeah, not having allies is a pretty important like stopgap, I would say. There's some problems there. I guess we go to the Blasted Heath or to Devil's Hopyard, and then we just like we're away from the monsters for a bit. We have good investigation, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, Nathaniel, do you have too many resources again? No, you gain 2, so that makes sense. Okay. That leads us to the investigation phase. Nathaniel, get over here. Go fight that dog. Rather than have it chase us around a bunch. So there's a punch, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 4. I think I'm comfy with that. There's a -5 that we could hit. Yeah, this is the important one, so 9, 10 against 4. -3 succeeds. We draw a card of Overpower. Counterpunch is great. Cool. And then we fight again, 8 against 4. Boop. 0 succeeds, so we kill the doggo. 3 health? Yeah, so 2 damage from the get over here, and then 1 from the base attack, which is enough to kill the Lupine Thrall. And then we'll take that damage and put it on greet Wagner to get the first clue of the game. Good job, Nathaniel. All right, last action, safeguard. Rex, we're moving to the Blasted Heath. Me and Nathaniel. Summits are too rounded and symmetrical to give a sense of comfort and naturalness, and sometimes the sky silhouettes with a special clearness. Clear circles of tall stone pillars with which most of them are crowned. Ground here is loose and barely supports your weight. There are 3 clues here, though, and it's a 4 to succeed, which is kind of nice. All right, Nathaniel's spent, so Rex move. Rex investigate 5 against 4. Maybe we just draw some cards here. Or play like Elder Sign Amulet and Painkillers. I'd be okay with that. Elder Sign Amulet, Painkillers, exhaust Painkillers to take a damage and put a horror on Elder Sign Amulet. Or remove a damage and put a horror on Elder Sign Amulet. And then we have 1, 2, 3 actions there. So at the end of the turn... Oh, wait. I need both of these things to succeed on Unhallowed Country, don't I? So I don't think I want to do either of those things. I think I want to keep Elder Sign Amulet in my hand. I might want to play Painkillers, because that's like a meh will test. But we want to test this, ideally 4 up. Can you commit anything, Nathaniel? You've got Clean Them Out. That could be okay. Also got Get Over here. That could be okay. But if I just, instead of Painkillers... So instead of this, we move, then we draw a card. Draw another card. Fucking hell. That's not great. I think we're actually down some resources because we played Paper Wit and Green. We should be at 1. Reveal Reckless and lose 2. Okay. But then at the end of our turn, we also get to test 3 will. And I'm going to commit both of these to it, and I think Nathaniel's going to commit a Clean Them Out because we want to hit -4. Okay. 7 against 3. All right. Unhallowed Country stays out, and our allies are useless still. I don't even get the tomes I've written when I'm moving, which is... Oh, boy, that's great. Well, cool. Enemy phase. No dogs left. Broods move. Cold Spring, and this one stays where it's at. Upkeep, resource and a card. Resource and a card. Emergency cache is lovely. And investigation phase. Or Mythos phase. Doom goes to 3. So we just are terrible at this. The encounters are dealt. Oh wait, I have to test 3 will here because I didn't take an action to... So, test 3 will for Nathaniel. Skull is -4, so we fail and we take a horror. I'll put that on greet. The creature's tracks. I think it's too early to not just take 2 horror here. What do you got? Put it on 1 in particular. It's this one. All right. There's like a way to attach these. I think like B and then... Oh, that's not it. I'll figure it out sometime. All right. Regardless, at the moment, we're good. Okay, so... Brood of Yog-Sothoth with 2 Towering Beasts on it. Has 5 health. Pretty nasty. That is the Mythos phase. Investigation. Nathaniel, hi. So you're at 6 to investigate against 4. I think we Reckless and just see what we get. 0 succeeds by 2 or more. Reckless is discarded. And I get 2 clues. Uh, not bad, not bad. Test 7 against 4? There's no really bad fail. Oh no, there's that fail. If you fail, you take a horror and damage. I think 7 against 4 is correct, yeah. -1 succeeds, get the last clue at this location. And then you need to draw a card because you need to be able to pass Unhallowed Country. Oh, good. 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 Just perfect. All right. End of turn. Test 3 against 3. Nathaniel, are you going to get over here this? Like, we're at the same locations. That's 4 against 3, which is slightly better odds, but then I have to Rex it. Unhallowed Country is still not good. Yeah. The 2 allies that I've placed down are just useless here, and Rex's Curse does not go back into our deck yet, because we have to get rid of it, so. We do at least have 4 clues. 3 on us and 1 on Nathaniel, so as long as we get to the Waitley Ruins, we can start fighting things. Okay. Well, that was Rex's turn. Nathaniel moved to the hop yard, I guess? Cool. So 2 investigate, so we might actually be able to do something here. We're 2 against 2. Let's emergency cash. Gain 4 resources, draw a card. And let's play Francis Morgan. He's worth a bundle. Oh, wait. Actually, no, let's not play Francis Morgan yet. Let's deal 2 damage to ourselves and discard violent commands. That seems better. I like that better. Okay. Cool. So that's enemy phase now. Nothing happens, and then at the end of the phase, this one moves to the Waitley Ruins. This one moves to the Dunwich Village. So now they've got us cornered. But we're largely doing all right. Okay. Upkeep, resource and a card. Resource and a card. Haunted. That's not too bad this early. We can just discard that and then play Francis Morgan. Mythos, counters. Eager for death. 4 will, and if you fail, you take 2 horror. Ugh. Yeah, not much I can do about that one. 3 against 4. I could make it 4 against 4. That seems fine. Cultist. Ow. Skills are -4. So, yeah, that hurts a bit. Damage and 3 horror? Oh, God. I mean, we just lose greed, right? Unbelievably bad. This is not going well at all, I would say. Okay. Cool. Rex. Violent commands. That's probably fine. Deal damage, 2 damage to yourself. And then just discard it. Yeah, seems fine. Okay, action 1 Rex moves into Devil's Hop Yard. Investigation phase. Action 2 Rex investigates 6 against 2. Succeeds, but we have to reveal a different token because Rex succeeds dramatically. I will fail the test, which shuffles Rex's Curse back into my deck. I think I might get to draw the cards first. Fail the test to draw 3 cards. Yeah, draw 3 cards. Shuffle this back into my deck. That effect did cause me to fail the test, so that's nice. Last action. Oh, Warren Rice. Okay, all of these cards are actually in your hand. Last action, investigate this location. 6 against 2? Or do we want to draw a card and try and get some will? I think we just, yeah, 6 against 2. Oh wait, no, last action, deal 2 damage to ourselves. Goodbye. Things are bad. I could have just held on to it. I can make a lot of will tests. I think it's right, though, yeah. Okay, so, now we need to make our test, which is a whole other thing. Three will. I've got nothing to commit to it except War and Rice, which I'm not going to do. -2 does not succeed. Our allies are still blank. Okay, that's fine. Enemy phase. Nothing yet. Don't move the broods to us. Okay, the green one moves to Whately Ruins, and the big one moves to Whately Ruins as well. Annoying. Okay. Well, that's okay. We're probably investigating the Devil's Hop Yard a little bit. Upkeep, resource in a card. Seeking answers. Ooh, that's cool. It's not amazing yet, but could be useful depending on what we're doing. Overpower, that's good too. So now we go to Mythos. The Doom goes up to 4. Our counters are dealt. Whippoorwill. Imperceptible creature. Attached to a bad one. That thing gains elite, which is roughish, but I think we're okay. There you go. So now you're an elite thrashing spawn. Cool. And then it surges, so we also do another Towering Beasts. Let's hope this was the thing that we needed to do. I don't know if it's correct to make that thing huge, but I think that's right. How much health does this damn thing have now? I can't even see it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives it an even number of health, which I think is correct, yeah. Oh, but it also probably has some bonuses from the number of investigators, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's still correct. We want an even number of health on this thing. Okay, that is the Mythos phase, investigation phase. Hi, Rex. We really need you to pass a will test, buddy. Like, Unhallowed Country is crushing you here. For now, just test 6 against 2 and try and get these 2 clues, yeah? Or is it 6 against 3? No, 6 against 2. -3 succeeds by 1. That's not that great, but we'll take it. 6 against 2. -5 does not succeed. 6 against 2, I guess. Yeah, sure. 0 succeeds. Pick up that last clue. That's 6 clues. Nathaniel, play Francis Morgan. Get your fight back. 1, 2, 3. Do we get over here the Whippoorwill? No, we already threw it at something. Engage the Whippoorwill. Punch the Whippoorwill. 8 against 2. -5 succeeds. And we get to search the top 9 for a spirit. Stand together is pretty good. 1-2 punch is better. Evidence is not a spirit. Monster Slayer is pretty good. I don't think 1-2 punch is actually all that strong here. We might just want to take the Monster Slayer. I guess they're both kind of meh. Yeah, both pretty bad. We could honestly take the Monster Slayer. I think if we put like clues on it, then we could. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, regardless, Whippoorwill's dead, so that's easy enough. I should have done that in the reverse order because I was paying attention to Rex. I don't think we actually failed either of those tests by more than one. So I did forget that the Whippoorwill was eating Rex's skills. However, we do have to make a will test for Unhallowed Country. So yeah, like I guess we assumed that that I was paying attention to the Whippoorwill. Oh, I'm still haunted. Has that screwed me up at all? I don't think so. But yeah, okay. I gotta be paying a little more attention to this stuff. Yeah, no, again, I think I beat everything that I've beaten by more than one, but that is definitely something that we definitely want to keep track of. Okay, Unhallowed Country, 3 against 3. 0 succeeds. I am suddenly actually a superhuman instead of a regular ordinary monster. That is the end of the investigation phase. Enemy phase. The brutes. Both of them move towards Devil's Hop Yard, which actually puts one of them in this location and one of them just delightful. And that moves the one that like makes us take horror rate. Enters your location or vice versa. Test 3 will. Okay, so test 3 will. Nathaniel, yeah, you're just 3 against 3. Cool. Test 3 will. Rex. No, you fail, so you take a horror and we'll put it on that thing. Yeah. Okay, well that's not good, but it's not bad either. We'll be okay. The main thing is this thing deals horror damage, and so we have to evade it, I believe. Okay, so starting things off, Rex. I really want to evade it, but we could also like move. No, moving doesn't work here. Seeking answers is nice because it gives us like a bunch of clues. Problem is I have to evade both of these. What is their base evade? Is it just, it's 3? Wow. So like, so it being on us is just really, really bad. We can notably soak that attack pretty hard. And then Nathaniel can safeguard with us and not get hit. Okay, that's the way to do this, yeah. Rex moves out of this location. The monster, I believe, attacks us because Broods of Yog-Sothoth make attacks of opportunity. So we put 2 more horror on this. That's 3 horror. And we put a damage on Witten Green. Well, honestly, I'd ditch Milan Christopher at this point. Regardless, we flip this location. Each investigator in Waitley Ruins gets -1 will. You can place up to 3 of your clues on an abomination enemy in Waitley Ruins once per game. Cool. And spending the requisite number of clues as a group to advance is 4 clues, so we'll use... Okay. Investigator in Waitley Ruins may place up to 3 of his or her clues on an abomination. Okay, cool. So we'll spend 1 of Nathaniel's clues and 3 of Rex's clues to advance the act. There! Armitage sighs a breath of relief, jotting down the last phrases of the formula. I've translated the last of it. He shudders as he hands you the script, the words conjuring forth memories of his battle with the creature. I hope this is the last time I'll have to read it, he admits, but if we do nothing, the end result will be much, much worse. Each investigator puts into play 1 set-aside esoteric formula. Okay. Esoteric formulas. Both read. Fight. This attack uses will instead of fight. You get +2 for this attack for each clue on the attacked enemy. Use this ability only on an abomination enemy. How do these work? They can't be damaged or attacked except using the ability on esoteric formula. So you have to fight with will. Huh. How do I... there's no way I can do like extra damage with it either, which is really annoying. All right, next action, Rex, evade a brood. That's 7. Or wait, do we evade the brood or do we just like... Yeah, no, we have to evade the brood. That's got to be the right way to do it. This thing has like 5 health. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So 7 against 3. Don't hit the -5, please. -3 succeeds. The brood is evaded. Ridiculous monster. Last action. I think we investigate. Oh, definitely investigate. Oh, and when we reveal a location, we get to use Wit and Green's ability. Search the top 9 for a tome or asset and draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Necronomicon. Okay. That's something that I play basically in place of a magnifying glass, and I'm not going to do that right now, but notable. Okay, so this location is an Shroud 3. We're currently investigating 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Witten does not give a bonus. So just 7 against 3 at the moment. That's fine. Deduction's 9 against. I want to succeed by 2 or more really badly, but I'm not going to commit the second deduction, I think. 9 against 3. -3 succeeds by 2 or more, so we pick up all 4 clues on this location. And then I'm going to huck a paint can at the abomination here. Okay, so move. Soaked the damage. Investigate. Paint can is a lightning bolt action. And this thing has how much health? It's got 10 fight, -3 now. Oh wait, no, 10 fight, and we attack it using will. Will plus 6, so that's 9 against 10. Okay, so evaded enemy is also going to get 11 against 10, 13 against 10, 15 against 10. Seems right. Because it's an evaded enemy. Okay, cool. Final action, attack 15 against 10. -1 succeeds. Put a damage on that thing. Poor Nathaniel can't actually do like the things that he most wants to do here, but all right, Nathaniel, do these things have retaliate as well? Jeez, just disgusting. All right, 15 against 10 3 times. Here we go. 1. It's actually 14 against 10. Because I'm haunted. So I fail there. We discard haunted. We discard haunted. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep forgetting about it. It's time. Okay. Upkeep or enemy phase because it was investigator phase. Enemy phase. This brood readies. This one, you know, is already ready. Move the brutes. Green one's in our location. Yellow one's elsewhere. Don't love that, but is what it is. And this one, when it enters our location, we both have to make a 3 will test, and the one for Nathaniel is just terrible. Make that 4 will, because you can't use these, so 4 will, go. -5 does not succeed. You take a horror, which means Dr. Francis Morgan dies. Everything is terrible, and, not much has changed. Okay, so... Oh, speaking of which, our goals. With the formula in hand, you finally have the means to destroy the creatures wreaking havoc in Dunwich, but only if you can survive long enough. Defeat as many Brood of Yog-Sothoth enemies as you can. If there are no copies in play or set aside, advance. Okay, so upkeep... Oh, wait, no. I've also got to make a will for Rex, which is 3. 3. Skills a -4, so no. Put a horror on Dr. Witten Green. And no, Dr. Milan. I think Dr. Milan might actually be something that we're going to kill soonish. So, all right. Upkeep. Resource in a cart. Disc of its Somna. Huh. I can use that to get rid of a Brood of Yog-Sothoth. Interesting. Evidence. Not as useful, but nice. Mythos. Doom goes to 5. Agenda advances. An old pickup truck rolls to a stop across the weathered trails of Dunwich. The driver, Joe Osborne, calls out to you through a shattered driver's side window, the truck's engine still running. "It's over at the Eric's farm," he shouts. "Done blasted there plays a part. Poor Henry and Martha." You ask Osborne for the location of Eric's homestead, and it confirms your worst fear. For that attack to have occurred recently, there must be more of these monsters on the loose. You know what else I forgot? I forgot that I get a -1 will from Whately Ruins. Not a huge deal at the moment, but definitely annoying. So, okay. If I evade this, I can put a clue on it, but that's just one clue, which is not amazing. So we might just want to move and try to like set up in a new location. Devil's Hop Yard is each investigator gets one clue, which is not useful at the moment. Okay. Oh, also, we have to put the Brood of Yogg-Sothoth aside at a random location if able. So shuffle this up to see which location. Blasted Heath. Where is the broods? There's one. Massive. Okay, it's the basic brood. Cool. It's at the Blasted Heath. This freaking thing needs to die, and I don't have the means to kill it at the moment. But it is definitely going to be the death of us, because Nathaniel can't take any more horror, really. Which means he can't even really stand next to it. Everything is bad. Wait, I did evade this, right? No, but even then they move at the end of the phase, so evading it doesn't help. No, wait, unexhausted unit's actually ready during upkeep, so this brood doesn't move. Wait, no, hang on a sec. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if they're exhausted or not, they move. Okay, cool. So this thing has a lot of clues on it. I know we're 15 against 2 on it, so let's keep that in mind. I think it's got 5 on it right now. We're trying to kill that thing, but also we're trying to get away from the big enemy. Okay, that was the Mythos Encounters. Eager for death. Boy. Oh, that just kills you, Nathaniel. Okay, Rex, how much can you help? You have a single question mark. And Nathaniel has 2 will. This is a 5 test. So even with a question mark, no token will save you, you're just dead. 2 horror, Nathaniel takes a mental trauma. And is defeated. Well, this has not gone well. Hiding from the creatures sounds like the correct move at this point. I don't know that Rex can like move and attack this thing enough times to actually like kill it without dying first. But there's a possibility. We might get the big one. And if we get the big one, then that's nice. That's a good bonus. Or we could try and get this one, which is yeah, that's a whole thing. It's limit once per game on the paint can, right? Yep. Okay, Rex, what's your encounter? Idle hands. Take 2 damage for an additional action this turn. Sounds great. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so this brood is 1 and 2. Rex, how many attacks do you need to make against the imperceptible creature? It's got 1 damage on it right now. So you can attack it 4 times. You can actually only attack it 3 times. I think it might be time to cower it out here. Like, this brood is not something I can currently paint can or do anything cool with. This brood is killable, but it'll cost me, like, I have to get away from the Brood of Yog-Sothoth first. All right, Rex, it's your move and it's the investigator phase. What have you got? You've got Disc of Insomnia. You got War and Race. You got Hyper Awareness. Hyper Awareness really helps because it gets us the ability to like evade effectively. But first we have to leave this thing's location and also go to this one's location, which, you know, that's a problem because this thing can just totally destroy Rex. And it will take 4 attacks to kill it. I was thinking that Esoteric Formula would deal more damage to an enemy, but it turns out no. The only way to actually kill it is to just punch it a lot. So it's actually better to spread the Esoteric Formulas out a little bit, which, you know, live and learn, live and learn. I've not been very good at this one previously, so this is something to learn. And also, these attacks are 15, assuming we move. Okay, so assuming we move Rex, and you actually try to kill one of these things, you're going to take 2 and 1. So Milan Christopher's going to go. That's fine. We don't care about that. Put a Witten on that. But then we're going to take another 2 and 1, and it's going to be damaged this time. Which could kill Witten. That actually isn't necessarily that bad. I've got 2, 2, and 1. Like, basically, losing our intelligence here is not bad. If we can secure even 1 victory point, that's, like, better than nothing. And if we can secure 2, that's great. Where's the other one? Did I move him? Waitley Ruins. This one maybe didn't. When I said move Broods, I might have just missed where this one was supposed to move. Okay. Cool. I think I might have missed this one. Okay. Regardless, Rex gets into that location. I mean, the problem is idle hands, right? Because that's too much damage. But yeah, I don't see a better way to do it. Rex, move, take a huge hit. 2 and 1. So we sign 1 to the Elder Sign Amulet, 1 to Rex, 1 to Dr. Milan Christopher, the damage. Which kills him. I don't believe I can assign both to Milan Christopher. It's possible. It is a single attack. I might actually be able to just assign the word of Milan Christopher too. I can't really remember how that goes. Allies and damage. Let's take a quick look. Damage. Allies. Dealing damage 7 and 12. Okay, so 7 dealing damage in horror. Investigator enemy, assign the damage. Investigator's dealt damage, can assign it to eligible cards. Must have health in order to be. Can't be assigned damage beyond the amount of damage that can be it would take, and can't be assigned horror. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, we do have to take the 1. That's right. Cool. Anyways, now we're at this location with the Brood of Yog-Sothoth thrashing spawn, which deals 2 and 1. But we're going to attack it. Am I mad for doing this? A little bit, but it's fine. Yeah, attack it. 15 against 10. Skull succeeds. No, it doesn't. I forgot there was something that I could fail at. So that was action 2. Action 3, attack it again, or do we want to actually like try to evade it or move out of its space right now? If I evade it, I'm 5 against 3. The problem is it makes an immediate attack against me with the tablet. So we could just lose Rex here. To damage even, which is very bad. If I evade, it'll ready and then it'll jump around. If I move to Dunwich Village, I think at this point we just have to cut our losses. This is just not happening. Going to Dunwich, take a 2 and 1. One of it goes on Witten. Damage goes on Rex. Yep, idle hands. Take 2 more damage. One of it goes on Witten, one of it goes on Rex. Resign. The streak had to end sometime. Okay, so one investigator resigned, one was defeated. I think this is gonna be basically just 0 XP. You did all you could to stop the rampaging monsters, but there were more of them than you realized, and you weren't able to slay them all. Exhausted and terrified, you retreat to Zebulon's home and hope to survive the night. The Ibn Ghazi is removed from the deck. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display, which is 0. And 5 Brood of Yogg escaped into the wild. That's probably not bad, right? I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure nothing bad will happen here. Okay, there's 2 scenarios left, and we can permadie in both of those. So here goes. That's gonna be real fun. The one good thing is that I think that the scenario after this, even regardless of how much doom you are putting on the locations, is pretty easy. But I could be wrong about that because it's not returned to the. It's not. The experience I had with that was playing Secret Guardian in non-return to the Dunwich Legacy. So I don't know if anything's gonna happen that's crazy. There's no upgrades to be had, so we can just go on to the next campaign right away. We'll see you there, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and that's definitely the way the cookie crumbles, and that's Arkham Draft and Die for you. Thanks again. See you next time.